The following is an analysis of the integrative deal between Knights Engines Inc. and Excalibur engine parts. My first strength was contacting Knights Engines Inc. before the actual negotiation. I was able to initiate a sort of relationship between our companies, and this made it easier to figure out what Knights' interests were and what they wanted out of the actual negotiation. For instance, my interests were to sell as many of the pistons as I could that we already had produced and to get free advertising on Knights engines. By contacting Knights prior, I was able to figure out what their interests were, and they were to get 8,000 pistons at the cheapest price they could, which was $500, and to find a partnership that their company could grow with, as well as getting set amount of pistons in 2 weeks. By me reaching out prior to the negotiation, it allowed me to gauge their target point, better predict their resistance point, and determine their underlying interest, leading to an integrative negotiation. Before we're negotiating terms of our Instaflex Class A piston, and we kind of discussed initial offers before. My initial offer to you was $600 per piston. We would like to discuss terms of like advertisement and maybe do 8,500 pistons for your company. But we definitely want to go over your initial offer as well, so we can kind of rehash everything.
Right.
My first weakness was expressing my underlying interest openly before the actual negotiation. I had also expressed how we were trying to sell a certain amount of 10,000 pistons. This opened the door for Knight to use that information against me if they weren't willing to do an integrative negotiation. While we still had an integrative deal, the information I gave them allowed them to gauge the cost and delivery terms more in their favor and get the price from $600, which was my initial offer, to $550.
But we understand that you guys have the rush for the $8,000 order, or 8,000 order, so we could work something out.
Okay. So you said $550 per piston, right? My second strength was setting up the negotiation in an integrative manner. I began with log rolling the term price because it was not as important to me as free advertising was. I was then able to dovetail the advertising term at the beginning of the negotiation and come back to it later to create more value with it. Not only was I able to get the free advertisement, but Knights also offered me a $500,000 loan to help our company, and we agreed on a 2-year contract. Thanks to my ability to log roll and dovetail terms, I was able to grow the pie while also getting my target point. But I would be willing to go down on the price to the $550 if you guys would be willing to do some advertisement for us and maybe do some sort of, offer us some sort of flexibility there. You're saying only be exclusive with our Class A pistons with you guys. So you're saying it would be still okay if we sold our other pistons to other companies, and you'd still be willing to put our chassis on your engines that you're building.
For the military contract and any other contracts with anything special.
My second weakness was telling Knights that I'd be willing to go down on the price. While I was more concerned with advertising, I still showed the other party my resistance point when it came to price, and allowed the ball to go into Knight's court. I then had to work on keeping the ball in both of our courts while still growing the pie. But I would be willing to go down on the price to the $550 if you guys. Overall, the negotiation went really well. After discussing all of the terms that needed to be discussed and log rolling terms of less importance to me, as well as dovetailing terms like advertisement and coming back to that term later in the negotiation, I was able to stay with my target point and do $550 per piston, 8,500 pistons, and we also negotiated a 2-year contract of exclusivity, and Knights was willing to offer us a $500,000 loan. So Overall, it was a really productive integrative negotiation.